Hi, welcome to Vegan Business and Marketing Tips for cafes, restaurants, cloud kitchens, home bakers, and chefs. If you're vegan and you either own or plan to start a vegan food business, and you'd like to do this in a joyful, peaceful, deeply fulfilling way, then you're in the right place. I'm Susmitha Veganosaurus, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's kick off this episode with an inspiring message from someone who's taken my guidance and applied exactly what I'm teaching you in this limited series podcast.
My name is Shontu. I wanted to get started with my creative journey and deal with obstacles in getting started, figuring out the right behaviors around making progress. Susmitha really helped me to get a lot more clear about what I need to do. It helped me to get more relaxed and more self compassionate in the process. It was full with a lot of interesting insights. One of them was like making sure we make consistent progress in small bits on the tasks that we want to do. So, tasks that we have to do, we have to put in a lot more time. But for tasks where we want to do and we are not really accountable to others, but we want to do them, is to make progress on tiny pieces at a time. So, that was really insightful. And there were a lot of other interesting insights as well.
Two things that keep any relationship strong and healthy are space and variety. And this absolutely applies to your relationship with your business too. When you started your vegan business, I'm sure you were like, oh my god, yes, I'm going to do this. I love doing this. It's my passion. I'm going to grow this business. I'm going to work so hard, spend all my time on it, blah, 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 blah. This, this is something that all new vegan entrepreneurs feel. All entrepreneurs do, but particularly vegan entrepreneurs, because we are doing it for a movement, for a cause that we truly believe in, and we feel like, okay, we are going to contribute to this cause by doing this thing which I love to do. But no matter how much you love it, that's not enough. The passion, not enough. All these get you going in the beginning, but in the long run, if you don't have space and if you don't have variety, then it's a surefire way to burn you out and possibly even resent your business. I know this because I allowed my business to consume me completely. I forgot everything else in my life so that I could work on my business, and then I burnt out. I started resenting it. But the moment I decided to take some space, create boundaries, air gap myself from my business, and focus on other areas of my life also, other interests, other talents, things that I did want to pursue, when I started doing that, my energy was refreshed, and as a result, the business also started doing better, because every time I came back to work, it was with more creative ideas, with a fresh perspective. It was beautiful. So, first, let's talk about space and variety in your personal life. Look, you're not just the one thing, right? You are not just the person who runs your business. There's more to you than that. You might have other interests like some kind of a hobby, creating art, reading, taking courses, listening to podcasts. You might have other various talents and interests that you want to pursue. It's a secondary matter whether you're good at it or not. What matters is that you're interested in it and you want to pursue it. But if you work too hard and if you make your business the center of your universe and only focus on it and nothing else, What happens is at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you're too tired to pursue other stuff. You're too tired to follow other parts of your soul. I'm a multi passionate by nature. But when I joined Carrots and we were running it, I was so in love with the place. I was so in love with the business, and I really had all these dreams about how I'm going to make the business, how as a team we are going to grow the business, that I forgot about everything else. Initially, the new relationship energy kept me going. But in the background, on the inside, it was eating away at my soul because there were so many other things that I wasn't showing any attention to, or I didn't even have the time or the bandwidth to show attention to. So make sure you carve time out for yourself to pursue other interests, other passions, other things that fulfill your soul, that feed your soul. So when you're doing that other stuff, you shouldn't even be thinking of your business. You shouldn't even be focused on it. You need to carve time aside. Put it on your calendar, preferably every day, even for a short space of time, but even if not, a few times a week at least. Put it on your calendar, set an alarm, and when you're involved in those other high quality leisure activities, you should not be distracted by your business. It should take your mind away from it and take you into deep flow state. Now, I'm repeating this phrase, high quality leisure, high quality leisure. What do I mean by it? See, leisure can also be just sitting and binge watching TV, right? And okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And anyway, these low quality leisure activities, mindless activities, we involve ourselves in them anyway. Like we're like, okay, I've been working so hard, so I deserve some time off, so I'm just going to watch some TV or scroll on social media. You allow yourself these things that happens anyway, but that's not important. That's not what's going to refresh you and feed your soul. You need to go into a more silent and creative space. And when you create, say if you're writing, if you're doing photography, if you're designing something, it has to be something not related to your business. So now we've spoken about space and stepping away and doing things for yourself. Now let's talk about variety. Variety also is important. Now, variety is something you bring into your work life, into what you're doing. What external talents, interests do you have which you can include into the day-to-day of your business so that it keeps things interesting for you, and not just for you but also for your team, if you have a team, and for your customers. This is important not just to keep things interesting, but also so that you can have multiple sources of income, multiple streams of revenue coming into your business. As I've already said, it's not very easy to be in the food business. It's not the easiest place to make money. Yes, there's a potential for a lot of success, profit, growth, yes, but it is not the easiest place to make money. And there are seasons, there are long stretches of time when things are going great, and then another long stretch of time where things are like really bad, not going well, going slow, right? Things are going wrong. There's a lot of that. It's a very chaotic, unpredictable thing. Yes, over years, as you keep running your business, you will figure out certain patterns and then you will use them to your advantage. But overall, as an industry, by nature, it's a chaotic industry. So when you have additional sources of revenue coming into your business from different other places, when that happens, then you aren't completely dependent on just selling food. That way, when things are going up and down, it doesn't affect you as much. If you have a physical location like a restaurant or a cafe, there's a lot of potential there. There's so much you can do. Events are great. You can host certain events. It doesn't even have to be food related, by the way. Of course, naturally, the most compatible thing for a restaurant would be to do cooking classes and demos and stuff like that. Either you can do it yourself, or you can collaborate with other chefs who will come in and do these special cooking events or special meals and things like that. There is so much there to dig into if you start thinking about it. But you can also do unrelated things. At our restaurant, over the years, we've had classes on meditation, yoga, art, mental health. We've had authors coming and reading their books. We've had someone come and talk about how to grow microgreens. So many different things. You have this place that you're paying for, you're paying rent for it. There are all these overheads. You have your team also who you're paying. Then make good use of it. If you're utilizing your space, your team, and all of that only to sell food, you're losing out on a lot of potential. And when I say events, it doesn't mean you have to do one every single week. Of course, that's a lot of work too, right? You need to promote it, you need to bring people in. There's so much to do around it. No, but at least once or twice a month. It gives you and your team something to look forward to, something to work towards even when other things are going shaky. And it gives your customers, your guests, also something to look forward to. They're like, okay, when's the next event? What's happening? And the more people start coming in, the more connected they feel. There's a sense of belonging. So events on their own are great, even if they are free events, because in the long run they pay off. But if they are paid events like cooking classes and proper workshops and stuff, then even better, because then there you have your additional source of revenue in place. There's this chunk of money that's going to come in the middle of the month when things normally would take a dip, and you feel good. If you don't have a restaurant or cafe, if you don't have a physical place where you're selling your vegan food, if you're a chef, if you're a home baker, someone who runs a cloud kitchen, then you go out and collaborate with cafes and restaurants that already exist. You can work with other vegan businesses within your town, within your city, to do cooking classes, demonstrations, talks, so much that you can do using whatever talents and skills you have, or what you've been developing over the course of running your business. You can use all of that to do events with others. But even if it's not a vegan place, you can look for like-minded places. I was talking about the overlaps, right? Like, say, somebody is doing organic, somebody is doing something else like fair trade, art, or some kind of a spiritual studio, like a meditation studio. Just examples that I'm giving you. You can work with them. Somebody like-minded, find them, collaborate with them. Collaboration is great for everyone, because then everybody gets fresh ideas and there's a cross-pollination of your audience to each other, which is wonderful. A few of the things that we used to do at our restaurant are cooking classes, like the most regular thing. We had free ones as well as paid ones. The free ones, in the first few years, we had them on the first Sunday of every month. All our customers knew about it. So then they'd come, they'd look forward to it, something consistently that happened for a while. And then over time, we started introducing more paid classes, more and more cooking demos where people paid and came in. And that again attracted a crowd. Now the crowd can differ. Sometimes it'll be very few people, sometimes it'll be a lot of people. Take advanced registrations and you are well prepared for it. So it's not about the number of people each time. That does vary. What matters is that you keep doing this consistently, so people know that you're doing this consistently, and you also build that muscle of doing events. Another thing we used to do is host pop-up events. This was a way of giving back to the vegan community, to the vegan business community. So we knew of many small new business owners who started out vegan products and stuff like that. So we'd invite them to put up little stalls and sell their stuff at our restaurant. Now, a lot of places charge for something like this, charge an upfront fee for something like this. The way we did it was we went on a percentage basis. We're like, whatever you sell, based on that, we'll take a cut. So that way, you aren't simply just investing upfront, and we'll all together put efforts into promoting this event. These were much smaller events, but it still added joy to everybody, and that was nice. In the last year or so, we started doing lots of online classes. So you don't have a brick and mortar place, online is great. I mean, whether you have a brick and mortar place or not, doing online sessions is great potential, right? Because you can reach so many people who don't live in your town or city. Look, you don't need anything fancy, you don't need anything big. Use what you already have accessible to you. Okay, you don't have to invest in something new just so that you can do these events, whether online or offline. Just utilize what you already have and see what best you can do. The idea is to introduce variety and also in the long run to get multiple revenue streams so that there's money coming in from different areas into your business. And let me tell you something important. There are things you know that you think you don't know. You might feel like you're not good enough at something, but when you actually break it down and start teaching others about it, you'll realize, oh my God, this, what seems very basic to you, is something great for somebody else. So there are so many ways to supplement your income as a part of your business. I'm sure you'll figure it out if you just sit down, think of ideas. No idea is silly, by the way. Put all your ideas down and then work towards making it happen. You will be surprised at not only yourself, but the kinds of things in which people show interest. Put this as a part of your business's action plan and ensure that you are involved in additional things. I hope you found all the information I've been sharing on this limited series podcast really useful and applying whatever I've taught so far in your business and seeing the shifts and the changes. If you feel like you need more personal guidance, very tailored to you as a person, your business, and your unique target audience, then I'd be very happy to work with you. Book a 1-hour vegan coaching session with me. I'm here to support you, to guide you, and to answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. You can find the link to book your vegan business coaching call in the description of this episode. Talk to you again in the next lesson. Bye.